in a car accident,
Yeah.
and then after that, he never really was himself again. And then he died young.
Uh, um. So, what plans did you yourself had once all your kids were out of the house? Like after once
What?
once your kids moved out, what were your plans? Like, what did you think you would do?
It was lonesome.
Yeah.
But I had Kelly because he was so much younger than the rest.
Mhm.
So he was only 6 when he lost his dad. So and the girls, Kathy was 13,
Mhm.
and Nancy was 15, and Peggy was 16. So um, I had him, and we had a good situation too when he got a little older. He took care of the outside, and I took care of the inside.
Yeah. It's good. Uh, did you ever go on any like memorable trips? Like
Trips.
like out of the country? Well, yeah. What like just anywhere?
Peggy took me to Hong Kong.
Oh yeah. How was that?
That was wonderful.
Yeah.
And then Kelly and Terry, we went we went to Japan.
Mhm.
I had 3 girls that lived with me and went to school, uh, Japanese girls.
Mhm.
So we went to Japan and stayed with them. That was really interesting.
Mhm.
And and then my friend and I went to Germany and went down the Moselle and the Rhine in a big boat thing.
Yeah.
I did a lot of traveling.
Um. Hmm. Is there any places that you didn't get to go that you wanted to see that you regret not seeing?
Not really. I think I've pretty well seen
You're content
everything.
with what
See,
you.
I lived in the East,
Mhm.
and I went to Boston and all those cities,
Yeah.
and I went to Mexico, I went to Canada, and I went to Canada when I was 7.
Yeah.
Mother had a brother up there, and her mother. So we got to meet the mother. They lived in Nemaskan, Alberta,
Mhm.
and so I did a lot of traveling.
That's cool. Um. What? Wait. One sec. I had. Oh, what major like historical events growing up had a big impact on your life or on you personally?
Did what?
Like, what historical events impacted you? Like, had effect on your life growing up?
Well, I was real interested in history,
Yeah.
and I liked South America to
Uh-huh.
study. Those. Um, I really don't know if any of them influenced me.
Yeah.
I just knew that after I was graduated, I'd go to college.
Uh-huh.
I w- I was lucky,
Mhm.
to go. My uncle, sent me to college.
That's good. When it comes to um your family, like, what things did you have to give up? Um, like you thought like you would stay with you forever. Like, was there anything that you'd have to give up that?
To be away from my family, you mean?
Yeah. Wait. Um.
When I went to Fargo, I
Yeah.
was 18,
Mhm.
and I roomed with a girl, a friend of mine from there,
Mhm.
and we went to the Interstate Business College, and I missed my family a lot.
Yeah.
And having a twin, we were inseparable. You know what I
Uh-huh.
mean?
Yeah. Oh.
So I missed them,
Yeah.
but it doesn't sound. But I could always adjust, which I was lucky.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? No matter whether I liked it or not, I could always do the things I had to do.
Mm-hmm.
And I realize now this in my old age, I was sure lucky to have that ability to do that.
Mm-hmm. Would you say you were generally happy most
Yeah,
of the time?
I was
You were
happy.
mostly happy. That's good.
I really was happy.
Yeah. Uh, what events during your lifetime would you say are most memorable that I don't know how to say it, like not shaped who you are, but is there anything that had like a strong influence on your life, like such as like the war, like wars, or you know what I'm saying?
I think one of the things that had the biggest was my religion.
Yeah.
I again, we were the few. There weren't many Catholics. It was mostly Lutherans, but mother and dad, that was so important to them. And every summer we went to catechism for 3 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And our Norwegian Lutheran uncle took us. And it was that was first and foremost to mother and dad, that you live up to your faith.
Mm-hmm.
They were very, very strict about if there was a storm, instead of, going to the cellar, we'd kneel down to say the rosary. We were raised very, very devout Catholic. And it stayed with me. And this one more thing, I always had Protestant friends except my friend Kath. And they'd always make sure that I got to Mass. They'd say, Annie, your church is a half a block away. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I appreciate, and now that I'm old, how wonderful everybody, I never asked anybody. They'd make sure that I got there. Isn't that something?
Mm-hmm.
They realized it was important to me, I guess. And they always, every one of my friends, made sure I got to Mass. And like in Carolina, they're Baptist there, and that was Willie's family. Anyway, I came from Seattle to Wheelock and spent Christmas with mother and dad, and then I went to New York. Got into New York on New Year's Eve morning. Anyway, when he shipped out a year later, I went to Carolina and spent 3 months with the Gordons.
Mm-hmm.
And he told them, he said, I want you to take Annie to midnight Mass, 50 miles away. And they did. They didn't come in the church or anything, but Jim and Avis and Mama, they took me to midnight Mass. And when I look back at that, I think, my land, why would I have them do that? But Willie told them to take me to midnight Mass, and they did. And they had no idea there was no Catholics there at all.
Was your religion influenced on you by your parents, or did they play a big role?
It was just something we practiced.
Yeah.
Very devout in our home, both mother and dad. And then Mame was Dad's sister, and she was married to Aha, we called him. Mm-hmm. His name was Oscar. But our religion was always first, Noli.
Yeah.
As long as you practiced your faith and did good in school, that was the thing you should do. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I just forgot what I was gonna say. Wait. Okay, this is almost